Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of this. Now I know that looks like a Threads box. It is not a Threads box. Well, it is kind of. It's the Threads Comic Edition, which has finally arrived. Like, it's been a long time. I've been waiting for this one to come. If you watched my last Threads box video, you'll already know that I'm going to be cancelling all of the Threads and ZBox affiliated stuff. So this will be the only Threads Comic Edition box that I do. But hopefully there's still decent stuff in it. Even if it's kind of like mind blowing, I'm just done with the whole Zavvi ZBox affiliated stuff. Let's have a look and see what it's inside. We should have a T-shirt and 5 comic books. I believe they said that all the comic books should be #1s, so you're not getting something in like in the middle of a series. And I'm assuming they're all going to be fairly recent as well. It would be nice to get some horror themed stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that they're going to go in more like the superhero route. But we'll see what happens. Let's get a T-shirt first. I can already see a Suicide Squad tag on it, so that's good. There's your little Suicide Squad tag. There. Okay. Okay, now that is cool as fuck. This is in all of the Z boxes and Threads boxes. This is probably the best T-shirt that I've seen in them. That is a Harley Quinn T-shirt with Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. That is a very. It goes all the way down as well. The design goes all the way down. That is very cool. I am going to be wearing that a lot. That is awesome. It's officially licensed as well. It's not one of the usual ones that you get in Threads box with some with like the same artist doing each one. I really like that. Despite my hatred of the company giving me this box, that is absolutely awesome. Okay, so comic books. Oh, they're all bagged as well. Okay, take them out one at a time. Okay, so we've got issue 0 of Civil War 2. This is a new Marvel series, kind of like a sequel to Civil War. I've got no doubt that they decided to put this together knowing that the Civil War film was coming out. So a bit of a look. Decent art style as well. Quite like the art style there. Yeah, that was pretty cool. See what's in there next. Just pop that back in the bag. What have we got? Okay, and we've got a Civil War 2 issue 1 as well. So that was the prequel issue, and this is like the first main issue. I've got no idea what it's actually about. Well, I'm assuming there's some kind of rivalry between the superheroes going on, considering you've got Iron Man and what I'm assuming is the new Captain America on the front. I'm not entirely sure. That might be Captain Marvel, actually. I don't know. Yeah, that's cool. You've got a big shot of all of them there with the new Thor at the front. Iron Man in the back by the looks of it, or that might be War Machine, and everything's fallen off my desk. So that's cool. I'll definitely give them a read. So it looks like only one of them was actually bagged. The rest don't seem to be. We have the Harley Quinn Presents Suicide Squad issue 1 there, and that does actually say free on the front. If you see there, I'm not sure if that's kind of like a special promotional thing just for this box, and that's why it says free. Because I would be disappointed if they're actually putting comics in the box that were free anyway. But I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, you've got you've got a decent looking art style again. I mean, you generally don't go much wrong with modern comics. There are the occasional modern comics I've seen with like really shoddy art, but most of them tend to follow kind of like a fairly fairly coherent house style. That looks like a little side story. Yeah, that all looks quite interesting. Quite a nice little shot of the Joker there as well. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. We've actually got 3 more in here. So I guess the bagged Civil War to issue 0 that doesn't really count as one of them, I guess. We've got a Doctor Who one. Couldn't give a shit. Though that is of like the modern Doctor Who's. Chris Eccleston is like my favourite of the lot, but I couldn't really give much of a crap about it. You've got Rose Tyler there as well. I'm assuming it's Rose Tyler. Yeah, I know someone who might want that, so that's fine. 2 more. Let's have a look. That's quite cool. You've got the new Justice League from DC Universe Rebirth there. This is something that if I still collected weekly comics, which I've stopped doing, if I did still collect them, this is probably one of the ones that I would have picked up anyway. They've got like a yeah, that's in the middle of the comic. They've got like a Snickers advert. Superman giving Doomsday a Snickers bar. In fact, no, that's Batman giving him a Snickers bar. But yeah, but then you've got like the main story in there as well. It struck me for a minute there because I just turned to a random page and all of a sudden someone was giving Doomsday a Snickers bar. But yeah, that all looks interesting. Very nice looking final shot of Wonder Woman there. Oh, that looks pretty cool. What I tend to do nowadays is I will buy the trade hardback when it comes out with the issues collected inside a book rather than the weekly comic book. It ends up being a cheap way to do it. Okay, so we have the very last comic in here, which is a Rick and Morty comic. Now, everyone keeps banging on about Rick and Morty. I've never watched it. I've been told it's brilliant, but I've never ever watched it. Apparently, it's meant to have like a really irreverent sense of humour, and yeah, that's something that I'll probably give a read to. It is kind of like advertising Invader Zim on the back. Now, Invader Zim is something that I am quite interested in. It's created by a guy called Yernan Vasquez, at least I'm assuming that's how you pronounce his name, who did a lot of like offbeat horror style comics back like in the 90s and 2000s, and as fucked up as all those comics were, they gave him a kids show, and he created Invader Zim, which has got kind of like a similar kind of streak of humor running through it, but obviously kind of more kid friendly. So yeah, that is the 5th and final, or indeed the 6th and final comic in the box. Check there's nothing else in there. No, there is not. So I have to say, as disappointed as I have been with the Threads box, and to a lesser extent the ZBox, although that's more down to the subscription issues I've had, this for $9.99 is you can't go wrong with this. You really can't. The T-shirt alone, I would have paid probably $15 for easily, and then you get all these comics. Again, I'm not a big Marvel guy, But you've got 2 Marvel comics there that I may take a look at some point. I'm not against Marvel by any stretch of the imagination. The only bummer in the whole thing is Doctor Who, which, like I said, I honestly couldn't give a shit about. But the rest I will probably read and have a look at, and I'm gonna wear the shit out of that T-shirt as well. So yeah, that was the comics box. I know what I said at the start of the video. That I'm kind of like done with Zavvi themed, threads themed stuff. But I may do this one for another month. I may do. I have to sleep on it. But the value that I got there for $9.99, that is amazing value. That's probably better than any of the Z boxes that we've had in terms of value, and those are twice the price. So stay tuned. I know it's kind of like going against what I said and going against my convictions of being like done with the company, but stay tuned. We may actually continue with this one. I'm still cancelling the ZBox. In fact, I've already cancelled the ZBox. Well, I've asked them to cancel it, but they've not replied back to me yet. So hopefully there won't be too many problems with that. But yeah, that was the remarkably good Threads comic box, which I am very, very pleasantly surprised by. We've still got the Infinity Crate Premium coming soon. We've got the final Z box coming soon as well. So look forward to those. And if you enjoyed this video, then please click like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you next time.